Well, hello. Apparently I didn't hit go live. So I've been talking to myself for the last 3 minutes. Yeah. Apparently it's important when you start streaming to also hit go live. So hopefully you can hear me now. Before you probably couldn't. That's okay though. I'm here. I'm moving a bit slow this morning. Started off with a headache. I've continued with a headache. It is not great. Hey Rick, how are you doing? Good morning. I hope everybody is excited for writing sprints. Everybody in my household is sick or getting over being sick, which is a real bummer. And it's sort of been a drag. But regardless, we're showing up. We're doing the work. Yeah. So I've been spending this morning. I had about an hour before the stream started. And so I have spent this morning putting together a D&D module set in Battle Mage Farmer, or at least the base for it. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Do any of you play TTRPGs? Yeah, let's get to farming. Good morning. How are you doing? Today... Sorry. I just got a message that the publishing industry is so messed up. It is so messed up. There's so many just totally whack things that happen in publishing. Yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, I've been really enjoying Baldur's Gate 3. I have found TTRPGs to be yes, like companies paying you a bunch of money and then completely ghosting you. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Just weird. Like, I don't understand how these companies operate. I feel like there has been so little disruption. Excuse me while I get on my business bandwagon for a moment. There's been so little disruption in the publishing industry that these companies have just settled into absolute mediocrity. Just like complete mediocrity. And in the last couple of years, the indie scene has really been shaking that up. And so we might see some changes, but man, some of the holdover practices from traditional publishing are just like, oof. Yeah. All right, rant over. Hey, Pathfinder's awesome. I love Pathfinder. Pathfinder was one of my favorite TTRPGs ever. In fact, I have, for 1.0, I have like all the books back there on my shelf. Pathfinder's great. I'm building the module for, this is a Battle Mage Farmer module, I think I mentioned. I'm building it for 5th edition. Dungeons & Dragons 5e. And eventually, though, I'd like to maybe transition to another system. I picked 5e because that seems to be the one that the most people play, and I want to make this the most accessible for a first crack at this. But I'm definitely really excited about it. But I'm not going to be working on that today. Yeah, right. Just in time for the new D&D to come out. Man, I'm skeptical about how many people are actually going to make the transition. I'm skeptical about how many people are going to make the transition. Just because with Baldur's Gate 3, with all of the Let's Plays that use 5e, I doubt they're going to jump immediately. And so I think people are going to stick with 5e longer. I wouldn't be surprised if D&D 1 is more... I don't know anything about it. I'm curious... I wouldn't be surprised if it was more of just a tuning update to 5e, but I'm not sure. Critical Role is. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I love TTRPGs a lot, and we are also in the process of building out something that fits better into the lit RPG space. And I don't have a ton of details on that yet, but it's like 70% done. All the core mechanics are done. And yeah, Daggerheart. Oh, interesting. I'm going to have to look that up. Because, again, I love TTRPGs. I love different rule sets. I play all sorts of games. Not as much as I used to. I used to play like 3 or 4 times a week. I was really into it. Now, maybe once a month. Maybe. Well, twice a month. Or 3 times a month. Depending on the month. But. So what's everybody working on today? I'm going to be writing in my current work in progress. It would be fun to get a game going. It would be actually really fun to get a game going. Let me think about that. About how we could do that. Because it would be fantastic. But yeah, what are you working on today? What sort of things are you going to be crushing during your sprints? I am setting a goal of beating my 8,500 word count from yesterday. And so my goal for these 6 sprints is going to be, doing that. Hey, how is it? Are you enjoying Jake's Magical Market number 2? That was an interesting book. There were some choices that I didn't necessarily agree with from the author perspective, but I felt like it was a really fun read. And I think I understand why choices were made. I think I understand why. But I don't know. Because you never know. You know? You never know. Ah, man. I need to trim my beard. Getting a little bit scraggly. You're crushing your procrastination. That's fantastic. Does that mean you're going to be working instead of procrastinating, or working on your procrastination? Because both could be valid strategies. Grim Guys 2, love it. Love it, love it. Yeah, I love it. All right, lady, you're going to be working on chapter 28. Are you going to be... Yeah, I remember you saying yesterday that you thought it was finished. Are you just sort of polishing it today? Somebody asked a question on Facebook about about editing, and I'm going to do a video on that. So I've been thinking about editing. But we have about 17 minutes till we're going to be jumping into our first sprint. I need a timer. And I had one of those round, really cool button timers, but I don't know where it is, and that's bothering me. I need a timer at my other desk. I've been using my phone, and I don't like that. I don't like having my phone. Nice. Yeah, it's a good idea to just look over what we've written, and then it's also good to give things a little bit of time to breathe before we, go back to polish. So I like that strategy. All right, what do we got? Let's see. Oof. My neck is hurting. I don't know why. I think I was looking at my phone too much yesterday. I have a really annoying but probably good issue. And that's that if I spend too much time on my phone, my neck really hurts the next day. And so it's like a barometer to help me determine when I've been spending too much time on my phone. But it's also super annoying because then my neck hurts. And I'm really bad about not being on my phone. I wish I could. I was actually just thinking about whether or not I could throw away my phone. I honestly wish I could. Maybe if I get a personal assistant. Oh, man. Got to start the life where you have a professional massage every day. Okay. Let me tell you. I would be into that. I would definitely be into that. I'm not there. Mainly because it would take too much time. No, yeah, that's true. It would cost a lot of money too. I didn't think about that. But yes, maybe I should make that my goal, to get to the point in my career where I can afford a personal masseuse to come to my house every morning at 4:45. 4:45. They'll show up to my house and I'll get a 90-minute massage to start my day. I'm sure there are people who do that, who get a massage every single day. That's wild, though, to think about. Can you imagine spending $120, 365 days out of the year? That's $43,000, almost $44,000. That is out of my budget. I wish it wasn't out of my budget, but it's out of my budget. Again, though, even if I had that money, like even if I had the money to pay for it, I don't know that I'd be able to like fit it into my life. Maybe when I'm older and I have the excuse of like, I'm old, my body's not working, I need a massage every day, people would understand it. But yeah, I guess I would be a job creator. I guess I would be helping the economy by participating in it. I mean, if it would help with my headaches, that would maybe be good. Yeah, it makes me happy when I can give people money and jobs too. I think that there is something in our culture that, especially in sort of the scrappy, like startup or like entrepreneurial mindset that a lot of authors have, or indie authors have. I feel like in a lot of Western culture, there's a real like, no, I can do it myself sense. But I grew up in West Africa, and in West Africa, we have, or one of the things that's really important is if you live in a community and you have any level of means above the standard, it is culturally required that you employ as many people as you can, reasonably. So I remember growing up in West Africa, we had a lady who would come and help clean the house. My mom is an excellent housekeeper. Like, she is fabulous at housekeeping. And yet, she was told by the community multiple times when she had first moved to Ghana that it was inappropriate for her to be doing all of the work because she had the means to hire somebody else in the community and provide a job for them. And so we had somebody who came over to help with cleaning. We had somebody who came over to help with cooking. We had a gentleman who would watch the yard because all of the houses in Ghana have walls around them, and so to like mark out their yards. And so we had a day watchman and a night watchman who would just be there to watch the yard, but also to help out with anything, like sort of as a handyman, right? To watch the grounds. And I say grounds, I mean, it was like a regular sized yard. It just had a 6-foot wall around it. So I'm very familiar with that sort of lifestyle. I think it would be more of an adjustment for my wife, who grew up in a context where it was like, no, we're going to do everything ourselves. We're going to do the work. We're not going to pay somebody else to do the work. And I've thought about that a lot, sort of what to do if my career is successful, as my career is successful. Like, what do we do with our extra resources? And are there ways that we can, be generous to other people, not in a like, oh, we want you to serve us, but in a, this is a mutually beneficial arrangement. There's a really good book called Buy Back Your Time that as you increase in your level of success in any career, it's a really, I think, important principle to understand. The relationship between time and money, and Buy Back Your Time is a great book on that, on that topic. Yeah, absolutely. And all of my friends who again grew up overseas or spent time overseas, outside of the U.S., outside of the Western context, the Western cultural context, had that same experience of there were support people who were supporting the running of the household and freeing up time so that the parents could do higher value activities. And when I say higher value, I'm not just saying like, you know, they could go shopping or they could go, you know, to the spa, or they could like, no, it's so that they could do higher value work, more important work that was going to benefit the family more. Yeah. Man, it's getting me thinking. It is an interesting idea. It takes a mindset shift, though. It definitely takes a mindset shift to allow other people to sort of step into your life and have some sort of say and control. Thank you. We have a sprint coming up in 6 minutes. Rick, are you going to sprint with us while reading, or are you just going to read? Because either is fantastic. But we're going to be sprinting in 6 minutes. You know what I should do? I should make sure my other computer is on. So check this out. Look at that. You can see the other computer. Huzzah! And now you can see me. I didn't actually turn this on. Huzzah! Blam, and I'm back. Look at that. Sweet. Yeah, great to have you. But yeah, the nice thing about sprints is you can do anything while you're sprinting. It's just concentrated writing time, or concentrated work time. That's what we're doing. Concentrated work time. You know, I have to say, I'm looking forward to when AJ is back. Tyken. Should I call him Tyken or should I call him AJ? I don't know. All right. Going to refill the coffee. That is a good that's a good idea, refilling the coffee. My coffee will last me, I think, through this next sprint, and then I'm going to have to refill my coffee. I don't know if I'm allowed to just leave and leave the stream up, but I will. And I had something else that I needed to do. Oh, right. And Luke. All right, so I've got to share a document with some folks. All right. We are getting ready, folks, to sprint in 2 minutes. We've got our sprint timer all set up. We have got our music ready to go. And we should be about to get underway. 1 minute left until we get to sprinting. So let's get ready for it. Bumpity bump, bump, bump. Look at Santa go. That's what I always think about whenever I bump things. And it's around Christmas time. But it's time to go, folks. Let's get to it. All right there, folks. We have finished. Oh, why did my thing get so big? No. No. No music. Oof. No music. So I hit 1450. Yes. Why did my thing get so big? Apparently, I didn't actually open the music. Blam. All right, we got music back. How'd it go? How'd everybody's sprints go? I ended up with 1450. Again, the first sprint of the day. Oh, it was going and then stopped midway. Awkward. Super awkward. I wonder why that is. Oh, I wonder if the playlist just ran out. Because we did it for 6 hours yesterday, and I think I only ended up getting 6 hours of music. So because we ran it for such a long time yesterday, or less than that, 5 hours something, I don't know. I'll have to ask Tyken to get more music for us. Because he's the guy who does that, who gets music for us. Well, folks, pretty happy. 600 words, love it. Brandon, well done. Love it, love it, love it. That was a pretty interesting session. I took a bit of a tangent. Yeah, I'd love a mix of music. We are so it's all royalty free, and so I'll just ask Tyken to throw a bunch of different stuff. Dwarven Oath. You had to stop writing to write a Dwarven Oath, huh? Do tell. All right, so. Coffee. I do need some more coffee, and I need to use the bathroom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick on the music, and I'm going to run upstairs, and I'm going to make my coffee, and I will be right back down. But we're going to have the music on here so it looks like somebody is actually on stream. So we're going to be doing that. I will be right back. 6 minutes. We're going to get going. I was also muted, but I made it back with less than a minute to spare. All right, we're going to be getting into our next sprint almost immediately here, and it's going to be fantastic. So, is everybody, ready? I am not, but we're going to do it anyway. All right, folks, let's get to it. Alrighty, folks. We are back. Oh, looks like I never switched my camera. Whoops. I did. I forgot. But there's so much to learn, so much to do. But we got it. And let's see how we are doing. So I ended up having to jump out of that sprint for a few minutes in order to help send a message. My wife's out shopping, and I had to send her a picture of her grocery list, which she forgot. And so that took a little bit of time. Plus, I was working through something interesting. Something exciting happened in my manuscript as I was writing. Pretty happy with it. I think it'll be interesting to explore. But we are at 2:6:25 for the day. How'd everybody else do? How are your sprints going? Let me know what kind of word count you picked up. And in 8 minutes, we will jump back into the next sprint. All right, let's go. Another 700 words is awesome. That is fantastic. We love that. Good job, Brandon. We love it, we love it, we love it. All right. I'm going to tell people to join our writing sprints because we need more people. That's one of the things about streaming that I don't know quite how, like, I don't know if this is something that I just want to keep small and just sort of like not try to grow it, or if I want to try to like get people to join. It's more fun when more people join, I think, on the streaming end, on my end, but I kind of like having the smaller groups because it's easier to like interact with everybody individually, and I like that. So link in yeah, so let me know. Bodegazilla, how'd it go? How'd you do on your writing sprint? Let me know. Oh my. Hey, lady, nice. Half a page done. We love it. That's awesome. So are you adding to your chapter 28 with that? Is that something you're still doing, or are you working on something new? I just got a question about a cover. I got to come up with some cover art, some ideas for some cover art. This is for the Tower series. I'm gonna have to think about that. Why do I look so tired? Maybe it's because I'm exhausted. You know, the end of this year has been strange. And I really hope this is not how every year is going to be going forward. But I feel like this is sort of how the end of every year since 2020 has been. And this year feels bad, but I'm not sure if it's especially bad or if it's just the same as every other year. But it feels like everybody, and I mean everybody, is sick. And it sucks. So I don't know. Is the new winter thing that everybody's just going to be sick all the time? I hope not. But it seems that maybe that's going to be the way it is. It's a real bummer. It really cramps my writing style. That's frustrating. I don't like that. Oh my goodness. One of the things that people don't talk about very much when discussing success as an author is how much non-writing stuff invades your life. And there are a couple of things that, in my opinion, can really derail a career. And if you don't know them ahead of time, these are hurdles that if you are growing in your career as an author, can cause you to fall, can cause you to stumble. The first is not understanding the time-money dynamic. The second is not having a good plan for handling all of the extraneous stuff around being an author. It's going well. We are sprinting. In fact, we are sprinting in less than a minute. So hold on to your seats, folks. We are about to get into our sprint. This is going to be a fantastic sprint. Get your stuff ready, and let's get ready to go. Alrighty, folks, we have completed our sprint. Woo woo! Let's go. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Bam! Let me go and check what I got. All right. Hey, Foxy. How are you doing? Welcome to Sprint Central. That's here. This is Sprint Central. So let's go ahead and check out. All right. Hello. Good morning to you as well. Just finished up a sprint. We have another sprint coming up in 7 minutes. And we are getting some words in. Gotta love it. Got to love it. I have 1,400 new words. So that was a pretty decent stream. I will say that today I'm a little bit more distracted. I'm not getting quite the numbers that I want to. My first sprint wasn't great. I've been creeping up there. 1,400. I guess my first stream was fine. My second stream, or my first sprint was fine. My second sprint was a little bit lower because I had some distraction. This one, the story's just coming a little bit slower than I would like. But I'm only a couple hundred words off from my target, and so it's not too bad. Am I able to edit? That's supposed to say new in the chat. It does not say new. It does not. So, Green, are you going to be sprinting with us? Is there something you're working on? You should let me know. But, folks, don't forget to stretch in between your sprinting sessions. We are wanting to keep ourselves loose and limber. Revisions. Sorry for whacking my microphone. I need to get better at that. So my microphone is on a fixed arm. I'm thinking that I would like to bust out my a movable arm to put on here, but I'm not sure about that. The other thing I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But I keep whacking it, and that kind of bothers me. And it's because it's pretty low to my keyboard. So we do have a question in the chat. Seth, how long did it take you to make this your full-time job, or did you jump into this field and start producing results? Well, the answer to that is twofold. Number one, I jumped into the field and I started producing results before it was my full-time job. But when I say I started producing results, they were nothing like the results that I produce now. I think that the dream that a lot of people have around writing is that they're going to write a book and it's going to become a bestseller, and they're going to they're just going to be set, right? They're going to be able to then write whatever they want, and people will buy it. That is so unbelievably rare that it doesn't actually happen. We have the perception that it happens because a lot of publishers gain a lot of publicity when they promote that kind of story. But the reality is that doesn't happen. I know of a number of writers who have had a great first book, and then they've had to work extra hard to make the second book and third book and fourth book just as good, if not better. Because if they don't, they lose all of their audience, they lose all of their credibility, and they have a much harder climb to get back up to where they were. So even having a good first book, having a strong start, doesn't necessarily guarantee anything. The people who seem to succeed, and the people who I've been modeling my career, the people who I've been modeling my career off of, and this answers that second part of your question of how long did it take, or I guess it's the first part of your question, but that I'm answering second. How long did it take? The people whose careers I'm modeling after are people who started writing, started producing something. They started producing a result, not the greatest result, but a result. And they focused on audience building, and they focused on making each book better than the last. And then they waited. And they waited until their career was stable. What do I mean by stable? It's one thing if you're making some money. It's another thing if you know that you can make money year over year and you're growing. Because if you're just making, let's say you put out a couple of books one year or one book and you make $30,000, $40,000, right? That's a lot of money. And a lot of people would think to themselves, oh, if I just put out a book a year or 2 books a year or however many, then I'll be able to make $30,000 or $40,000. And if I put out twice as many books, then I'm going to be able to make double the amount of money. And they get really excited and they quit their jobs and they start working full-time as an author. But the next year comes and their books don't do as well. And all of a sudden they're on this downward slide instead of this upward trend. And that's what you want to avoid. So I waited for, I think, 2.5 years before I went full-time. And that was so that I could guarantee that, yes, I'm able to not only generate income consistently year to year, but I'm able to grow that income as well. And so I'm on an upward trajectory, right? Because that means that my audience is converting, because not all audiences convert over time. So, question, and then we got to get into the sprint. How good must a first book be to have someone create their own television show? It has nothing to do with how good it is. It has absolutely nothing to do with how good it is. It has to do with how applicable to the current market it is. A good book doesn't get made into a movie. A book that is going to attract a very large audience gets made into a movie or a TV show. But it is time to sprint. We're going to do it, folks. Let's get our sprinting hats on. It is time to get going, and I'll see you in half an hour. All right, folks. That's it for that sprint. How did we do? That is the question. Oof. These sprints are coming slow for me today. But that's okay, because we're still doing them, right? We're getting them in. But they are coming a little bit slow, which is a bit frustrating. Speaking of frustrating, another thing has happened, and that is that my wife just called me, and I'm being summoned to kid watching duty. So, unfortunately, I might have to end the stream here or shortly, as I have to go and get my kids lunch and get them down to nap and do all of that stuff. The store is taking her a lot longer than she anticipated. I'd been hoping to run these sprints until 1 o'clock, but unfortunately, I think I might have to jump. But while I won't be back to stream this afternoon, I will be back to stream tomorrow. So we're going to try this again tomorrow to see if it's going to go. Hey, 936 words. I love it. Fantastic. Yeah, so we'll stream tomorrow. Again, we'll be off all of next week because I'm going to be on vacation, like a proper, real, actual vacation. But we'll be back tomorrow. Again, I'm sorry for closing the stream out early, but I do have to go make sure my kids can stay alive. That's an important function of being a parent. 1,400 more words. I am going to be not streaming, but I will be sprinting later. So maybe we can do that. All right. Thank you so much for joining my sprints, and I will see you tomorrow. Remember, I jump on at 8:30. If you have questions, get on. You can ask your questions. From 8:30 to 9, I'm just chatting, waiting for people to sort of join in. And then at 9 o'clock, we'll be running sprints, and we're going to head out. Sounds good. I'll hit you up, Bodega Zilla. All right, cool. Thanks, everybody. See ya.